Hello dearest viewers, the Creamery's back, and I'm pleased to present something special indeed. It's an ice cream, the ice cream I first had the pleasure of tasting inside of a bus station here in Brazil, where a man, as expected, purveyed several flavors with names I still find myself saying for fun, like flocos, that's fine flakes of chocolate, or nata goiaba, or bafflingly creme com passas, just raisins. But on that quiet day in that town Limoeiro, my gaze, my desire, was called by another, named Sonho de Valsa. Now then, I had but the slightest of context to know what that meant, but it looked like it had more to offer. Dark chocolate and caramel, or maybe vanilla. All I knew was it wasn't just raisins. So I asked for a scoop, which he placed on a cone, and I walked away dreaming of waltzes. Of course, now I know what's in Sonho de Valsa. It's a candy that looks, well, like this. You've got chocolate enrobing a shell of crisp wafer, and then in the middle, a cashew-based cream. It's the kind of confection that showed up at parties on Easter or even just Tuesday. But I guess that's the thing about living abroad. While most people encounter the candy at first, my own memories rooted in ice cream. So now that you know how I'm dreaming of waltzes and pining for ice cream, I thought that today we'd indulge in nostalgia and give our best effort to make our own version of Sonho de Valsa, the ice cream that first welcomed me to Brazil. So we'll start, well, where else, but with cashews aplenty, and toast them up toasty and grind them to paste. Cashew butter's the goal, and we'll mix it with sugar, half milk and half cream. Look at that, that was easy. We're halfway already, and chocolate comes next. Sure, it's harder, but really not much. So heat cream with some cocoa and sugar till boiling, and then whisk in some chocolate and melt it till smooth. Then add milk and vanilla and blend it or strain it and leave it to chill in the fridge until cool. And we've done this before. When the time comes for churning, the options before you are one, then the next, or make strange life decisions and purchase a churner with 2 spinning freezers and churn up the chocolate and cashew at once. But while they're off spinning, you have a new mission. Go melt some more chocolate and crumble some cones. We're not making wafer, and frankly, who needs it? The ice cream I first had was just fine without. But that crispy perimeter's part of my dream, so we'll freckle the cashew with dark liquid chocolate and coat our crisp fragments in whatever's left and embed them in our second batch. And then, once it's frozen, we'll alternate swirling our 2 kinds of ice cream, like dancers, together in one wondrous harmony, candy turned cream. But it's soft, so your best bet is leaving the mixture to freeze overnight. And my friends, what'd I tell you? We've done it again. It's sorvete de sonho de valsa, the one I remember. Well, like I said, you don't need all that wafer, but it doesn't do harm. But truly, this ice cream is not one to miss. The cashew is quiet and sweet, and it flows like the skirt of a gown with its cocoa confetti, and chocolate asserts its own presence, tuxedoed and tapping out steps in the lead. Now, I realize this flavor means something to me, and it probably doesn't to you. You weren't there off the bus in the heat of October, weren't crossing the Capibaribe, and who could forget Limoeiro's Redeemer, like Rio's, but quite a lot smaller. The point, though, is this. Whether you dream of waltzes or just want dessert, it's hard to go wrong, nostalgia or not, with Sonho de Valsa. So give it a try if you want. Or perhaps just consider the memories of ice cream that made you the way that you are. And remember, with grit and a bit of creative invention, the ice creams that languish in memory can be reborn. So make Sonho de Valsa or something you treasure, but please, let's avoid raisins floating in cream. That's the worst. Well, between you and me, like dessert, all these dactyls are better in doses far smaller. So here's where I'll leave you, and thank you for watching. Come back super soon for more fun.